Hello, I'm back. It is not the next day. It is precisely 1 hour later because your boy had to eat. So now I am happy and also very caffeinated. My sleep schedule has not been good for quite a while.
Stay idle.
And we had this fight pop up on us after we got through the end of this tunnel. Let's take a look at who's who. Death Headball, Nashimov. We have Invoker of Ball, Notar, Isojak. Weird names. Snicker. We will not harm one head on Snicker's head. Gonna knock him out so that he can live a good life on his own, away from these monsters. Do-do-do. Okay, so I haven't tried this yet. Oh, now you're in the fight. Delinja Jax? Jack? Why y'all got weird names?
Let my name be known.
Oh, really? Yeah, only two, okay.
But to keep going.
Yeah, because the slow. Yeah, you're slowed too. Kind of an annoying spell now that we see someone that can actually use it successfully. There we go.
Breathing, despite everything.
Can we? No. Probably won't work. Yeah, that terrain. I really wish they had fixed that kind of programming towards, like, you know, if the knockback works, then find the nearest approximate spot instead of just look for spot. There is no spot, so there will be no pullback. Like, because he could have easily just slid like right here, you know, just to get a spot.
Consider my hackles raised.
My hackles raised. Do you only say that because you're in Panther form? You're not slowed anymore. Can't, dang it! Oh, poor kitty. At least if these hit, it'll get them feared or frightened. There we go. Man, I still haven't looked for it, but I really hope there's a mod out there that just disables the whole zoom out and zoom in during attacks for the camera, because that, I still hate that. I really, really do. Is slow the only thing y'all know how to do? Yeah, I can't do that. There we go.
Is that blood? No.
Do we have? We do not. Okay. We can probably push this a little further. Kibbles for Snicker? Aww. Snicker must be protected at all costs. Reminder, self, we're almost out of those cobbled bits that Snicker is so fond of. Talk to Notar about hitting the sewers for another Kobo hunt. Second draft. All the faceless know that you earned Orin's approval, Gauze, and managing the mad Rashimi is an important assignment. But you're letting this whole Jaheira impersonation go to your knobby head. You don't even drop out of it when the Stone Lord is asleep. Moreover, simulated boss or no, you don't have to be openly disrespectful when ordering the rest of us around. Your Harper gig won't last forever, and then you'll be one of the Shalara again. We'd rather be your friends, but... So one of these guys I killed was impersonating Jaheira? Ooh. That tells me it might be easier to talk to, well... obvious realization. Easier to talk to Minsk with the Jaheira. Obviously.
Breathe deep and move.
I don't think there's really going to be anything back here for us to funk with, other than the fact that we, killed these people. Yes, Lae'zel with the quads of a god. Okay. The noise combined with Jaheira jumping up was what got me. Because I kind of forgot she was a panther for a moment. A book of various poems attributed to Invoker Grimlark, Song of the New. To grip the axe firm, duty most kind, to hold and to help and heft of the blade. Know well your victim before it's unmade, walk in its footsteps and stand in its mind. Watch it meander across paths intertwined, learn places and people, tunes yet unplayed. Then when the day's done and sun starts to fade, hold firm that true axe and swing from behind. Now the deed's done, you must run from the place, bleating and wheezing, tongue thick with the taste. Savor it now, for it will not last long. Stand near a mirror, behold your own face, bloody, new knowing, and clean it with haste. The city awaits a new killer's song. It's kind of a bad one. Okay.
Carry me. No traps, please.
Does that noise happen every time you jump, Jaheira?
Yes.
It does. Okay.
My mind.
Gotta remember that.
In it. Best be on my way.
Oops, I forgot to come over here.
More for me. Enough waiting. I crave blood.
It's a very large painting.
Still alive. So that's progress.
The Stone Lord's sketches? A series of line drawings in various stages of completion. Each grows more detailed than the last, as if the artist is struggling to remember exactly what the subject is. Some manner of furred rodent with an active, intelligent face. Did they take Boo? Oh, y'all better not have harmed my boy. Yeah, I forgot about that entirely. I just imagine a team of 4 druids doing that shit.
Never wanted.
So we've essentially explored the whole sewers, and there are a few places we can go. There's that dark corridor to a new zone. There's the blood door, and then we have this right here, this ladder. I think that's it, right?
Be careful. There are traps about.
Clearly. This is a back entrance to something that the doppelgangers use.
Better not be cursed. What's in here? That's curious.
I get it.
Indolence breeds madness.
Keep your distance, darling. One step at a time. That might be worth a look.
No one stopped me yet. Should mind my step. Do you ever think we should have had another one?
I guess those 2 clicks were to open the door?
But if we'd only
The one we came through?
if we'd only pushed through.
I know, love.
Okay, I'm guessing there's no reason to do that after all.
Flowers are so overrated. They're bright, gaudy, and almost never make good poisons.
The colours are frightfully vivid. But I've come to grow fond of Faerun's flora.
Oh,
Delicate stems growing from mighty roots.
Each their own, I suppose. Although I am right.
oh, that was nice. I like that. But where the hell are we? Oh. I get the feeling it's easier to move around the sewers because there's less to interact with. A door that just says keep out. Okay, well, we're intentionally not doing it up here just yet. So with that in mind, okie dokie. So I think we'll try this. So we had just the ruins, the door, that crack. Okie dokie, you want some blood? Maybe we can give it to you. Forgive me, I'm curious. Okay, well, clearly I don't want Lae'zel to hate me for doing that. So I guess we gotta do it during the dialogue. We can't just manual it.
The vessel returns.
most shamefully unleaking. Prove your faith. You must bear proof of the Dreadlord's favor, or pay his toll of blood.
Okay, so I don't do it in the dialogue. Can't target self. Okay.
I've got a long road ahead.
I guess the whole bleed for the door will require a special item.
How much further can I go?
You're talking now. Okay.
Cursed to put my hands on everything.
Alright, into the darkness we go. Ancient lair. So, not talkable. Logic is telling me I'm on my way to the Temple of Baal. Maybe not. So clearly these are all about to wake up. F it. So we can probably put Astarion back and grab Shadow Hearts after a good night of sleep. Now you want to talk? Oh wait, no, I forgot. She said she was coming to our camp, and so now she's going to be here. Hot mama.
Sorore surge, testis esto pacti me. Come, sisters, be my testament. Notum sit in Beator.
Notum sit in Beator.
Holy hells.
Ah! Of course we fail that right when it matters. Okay. I think I can actually translate part of that. So I think at the end there, they were saying we come from, like, Bator is, I think, specifically their word for hell. So we come from hell. And then at the beginning of that, she was saying, you know, I summon those who are pacted with me. Or something like that. Damn, they pretty too. Okay. Please introduce me to your friends.
Fina, Cirrus, arbiters for the hells, exemplars of justice.
Enough, Mezora. Where is my father? How do I save him?
How else? We bargain. Sisters.
Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus. Infernos contractus te vocamus.
Well, that one's fairly obvious.
Your contract, Will. Signed in blood, forged in fire, bound in bone, but not unbreakable.
Well, it doesn't need to wait 6 months.
No contract is ended without sacrifice. A cost must be paid. Will Ravengard, a choice is before you. Option 1. I show you the way to your father. I guarantee him no harm except that from you and your allies. And you pledge your soul to me and the Archdevil Zariel in a pact eternal. Option 2. I break your pact, and you are freed from your duty. Your father dies by his enemy's hand, and Baldur's Gate loses its greatest champion. Name your sacrifice.
Bloody Zariel. I won't let her take Will.
Silence, Karlak.
Mizora, you asshole!
Choose.
This is such a cool scene. This looks so nice. And I think I saw snippets of this from one of the trailers. And I'm also wondering, like... Okay, a couple things. So I'm also wondering, I guess the part where you can supposedly romance Mizora, would it be in this scenario? Which is like a quick fling or whatever. Which I won't even begin to guess how to do that dialogue-wise, or even want to do it in this run-through. But also, the other curiosity is, I've been thinking about this for a while, and I'm sure some of y'all have probably already done it. If we break Will's contract, will it be like he's forced to respec his class, but then he can't choose Warlock? Is that what's gonna go down? This is such a cool scene. This is some good, deep music, too. It really is. Can I ask the obvious question?
Addendum F. The Absolute must be avenged for the Soulbinder's detention at Moonrise. The Soulbearer retains his gifts until such time as the Absolute is slain.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. This looks like a pretty easy scenario.
You damned wretch! Father. Do it. Break the pact.
We'll get him saved.
Fiat Ita.
Fiat ita, anima ad beator.
Didn't think you had it in you. Seems my boy's all grown up. And don't go fussing about your father. You made your choice. You knew the terms. You know what? I think I'll stick around. Not for the greater good, you understand. Just for the entertainment.
Entertainment. Loophole, break Will's pact with Mizora. I didn't think it'd be that easy. That was actually a pretty good deal. And I think what they were chanting at the end was something along the lines of annul that which was created in hell, or something like that. Okay, despite the reloading, all my chests are still here, which I guess is a good thing. Because we never really used the second ones, because they got moved anyways. Where's my main one? Oh, right here, okay. I guess we gotta check in on everyone and get, some opinions on what just happened.
Time and again, Will's plight reinforces my decision not to pursue the path of a warlock. It's one thing to make such a sacrifice in the pursuit of such a pact, but to do so in order to escape one. Truly, it leaves you with nothing.
Will gave up his father to have freedom. An understandable decision. Sacrifices must be made after all. especially if the old Duke's fall means his rise.
In the scenario of are you a glass half full or are you a glass half empty kind of person, Astarion just went to one while the rest of us are on the other. Like, we're not giving him up, we're just not giving into the manipulations of Mizora, because I believe we can still save his dad. And since he's keeping his powers up until the very end, I think we're good. I'm not worried. I'm really not.
My favorite traveling companion. Darling, I'm hurt. It sounds
Sounds awful.
I did not know Duke Ravengard that well. But I am sure he would not want his son to become slave to Zariel for his sake. I am sure Will knows that. But we would do well to remind him when his days grow dark.
You a good mama, Jaheira.
No one truly understands the weight of loss until they've worn it a while. There is no shame in sharing the load when you need to.
For those of y'all who don't know the story of the old games, Jaheira used to be married. Khalid was a very interesting character. I actually liked him, and they were a good pair. He was brutally killed by Aranicus, technically in the events between games 1 and 2. And of course, we find his body flayed and mutilated beyond any hope of revival. And so it's like, you know, the end dialogue investigation button is like, you know, beyond all repair, right? And it was just like a horrible thing. And thinking about it, I think in the first game, the pair of them, I mean, clearly if a companion dies in the old games, you can continue on and keep playing, right? For the pair of them, they have to be in the party together. But if either of them dies, the other one will either panic and run off or become filled with sorrow and run off and just leave the party entirely. And it was always kind of sad.
The devil Mizora has made herself quite at home, hasn't she?
Yeah.
Do make her feel as unwelcome as you can.
Well, in the dark playthrough, I'm gonna make her feel very welcome. Of course you're gonna plant yourself next to Will.
Little Will's all grown up. I can't wait to see what trouble he gets into. Impossible. My bargain was uncommonly reasonable. A single soul for the
It was,
return
actually.
of Baldur's Gate's most beloved duke. A real bargain, I should think. I never thought the legendary Blade of Frontiers would surrender his father for freedom. Not very valorous, if you ask me. But what does a mean old devil like me know about heroes?
I mean, what she attempted to do actually was smart on her part. It was very much a temptation in the face of desperation, because perception. Will is at his wit's end about his father's situation and will take any surefire help to get him back, right? Well, enter Mizora, but the downside is you have to eternally serve her. Meanwhile, yeah, I can break your pack like we talked about, but that's it. I won't help you after that. So it's all about the temptation, in which case us talking to him prevented the worst from happening. That's a bug. We asked a question and it acts like, what? Oh, come on, Larian. Come on.
You are an inquisitive one. I'd have thought you'd figured by now. Zariel found new use for an old battle axe. The dead three in that bulging brain of theirs are a threat to more than this trifling city, you know. Savor her company. Who's to say when Zariel might change her mind? My mistress can be so capricious.
Oh, I just had a crazy idea. I mean, you can take it to home brewing if you want to test this out. So, I don't play Warhammer 40k. I'm vaguely aware of the lore, and I kind of enjoy listening to podcasts about it sometimes. And with how grand those battles are supposed to be, in my mind I'm thinking, on that scale, you control the Illithids rising to power once again. However, after they have a foothold on Torel, and their numbers are big enough, they move on to Hell and the Abyss, and they start conquering those, and they just spread and start creating more of themselves from demons and devils and just expand their power from there. And it's like, as like a homebrew idea, I don't know, that just kind of tickles me happy. Just seeing something like that on that large of a scale.
The 9 hells of Beator. Each its own domain, each with its own archdevil to rule it. I call the first hell my home, Avernus. My mistress Zariel's realm, a torrid battleground split by the bloody waters of the Styx. How I adore it, the delicious agony of it all. The other 8, well, they are pleasures unto themselves. Perhaps I'll show you myself, if I deem you worthy. Correct. I didn't. If you must know, I was scouting the cultists on behalf of Zariel, but those cursed shadows were thick enough to fell even a half-fiend. I woke in that damned pod. It kept my body sealed and my most powerful magic silenced. But a brave, kind, benevolent soul set me free. Gallantry isn't dead after all. Why? I'm supplying Will with every scrap of his infernal power. I've paid my dues many times over. I tell you what, when the time comes to squish that big baddie of a brain, I'll lend you a hand.
That actually piques my interest a bit. Why did you walk over there to talk to Will?
Gods, I spent 7 years choked by Mazora's leash. And I spent 7 years hoping to break free. I never knew freedom could taste so bittersweet.
Man, I don't know if it's the update or the reinstall, but that night in the moon looks good. We got to go zoom in on that here in a minute.
I didn't. I don't. My sacrifice kept Baldur's Gate safe from Tiamat's rage. But that doesn't mean that the leash never chafed. That I was content to lap up whatever nonsense Mizora fed me. The leash has been broken and my father left for dead. Tomorrow I celebrate my gain. But today, I mourn my loss.
A moment passes. In the stillness, you find a mote of tranquility.
The Raven Guard name now lives solely with me. I will make it count for something. I signed his life away before the Hell's witnesses. It would be easier to drink the Styx down to the last drop than to alter his fate. I'd be a fool to wish otherwise.
You really think so little of yourself, dude.
We obtain the final 2 nether stones and take back our minds and the city from the brain.
Clearly.
Go on then.
Will sacrificed his own father. I hope freedom from the Pact is worth it to him.
Yeah, I knew you were going to be on the opposite end of that because of your whole, I need to go rescue my parents bit. Which, I mean, that's fine. But your situation is entirely different from his. Okay.
All right, some company wouldn't hurt on the road, especially if there's trouble.
Dang, that outfit really is cute on you, girl. Alright. The moon. La Luna. I wish I could just angle that camera upward. What's going on? Can't control incapacitated. Okay. A lot of RP keeps happening. Oh, we're back in space. I love it out here.
Home is where a person can be their truest selves.
Oh, I'm not.
Without guile, without pretense.
Isn't this where you?
Well to see off the Githyanki.
Where you can romance him?
And now that you have seen where I come from, you know all there is to know about me. At least, all that matters. The flavors of my favorite fiddlehead soup, should you wish to experience it for yourself. My beloved confidant and loyal companion Rascal.
Oh yeah, your
the very
dog.
first reward I gifted myself on completion of my first adventure. The garments with which I concealed and later constructed my appearance as the Emperor. We spoke of my relationship with Duke Berlin Stelmane, a story I have told no one else. I have no more secrets from you. No need to resort to subterfuge. We are true allies now, working towards a common goal.
Did you forget that I pretty much announced that I don't want to work with you? Also, I mean, I know we can romance the Emperor, and I think this is the spot where we do it. I don't want to do it, but I think this is where it is. But, so you notice how when he was talking about all that, there were breaks between each one? I think that's because back in the cellar when we learned everything about him, they were based on unique different items. So I think like if you missed a few, everything he said would have been shorter. At least that's my assumption based on the way it was blocked out. Damn, we look good. Forgive my narcissism. I really love my character. Yeah, number 5.
Your distrust of me will be your undoing.
Nope.
Would it make a difference if I let you read my thoughts?
No. The whole point of that is so that you don't know what's happening. This way it is unfettered and unfiltered, but if you're letting me, then they can very easily be changed. Number 2, yeah, I wouldn't trust anything you show me.
I will take that as a yes.
Is that Stelmane? And yeah, we already talked about this. I'm fairly certain she was sick because of him. They weren't friends. Oh, this is worse than I thought.
Did you like it? The truth. This was the alternative relationship we could have had. Aren't you glad I finessed my methods? But since you insist on thwarting my craft, let us be blunt. You are my puppet. Make no mistake, without me, you have no value. You will take me to the brain because you have no other choice. And once we are there, you will do exactly what I tell you to. And you would do well to reconsider unlocking your potential. Your puerile attachment to your material form jeopardizes us all. If I must, I will force you.
He said this is how things could have been with Stelmane. He said that verbally outside of that quick memory, when he could have just showed us the real memory and then lied saying this is how it could have been, when really I'm fairly certain that is what he actually did. Like, I think this is one of the few characters in my life that I love to hate. But also it's very much, what's the word? Arrogance that he thinks he's in control. Because if we die, he loses. I mean, that's just the proof of it. We've already had that confirmed a while back. It's because he knows I'm right. Elithids are all about manipulation, not to mention proximity to the things that they're manipulating.
Get up. There's something you should see.
Hey, honey.
I know it's early, but this couldn't wait. Watch. I used to hate that sight. The glowing sky, the long shadows, the fading stars. I lived for the red of blood and the black of death. Now, I see the colors between. Look at the sun. What do you see?
Okay, so I see the lighting is still having issues with Lae'zel's hair, but it looks like it's trying to behave a little better. This just looks so good. She looks really nice. Like, I honestly do think she's the prettiest character. You can crucify me for that if you want. I'm a Lae'zel stan. Shadowheart's nice, but nah. Lae'zel is my girl forever. This looks good. She looks good. I love this scene. I really do. I've been wanting this for a bit, or at the very least, some progression with her. I've been wanting that for quite a bit. A flaming ball in the sky that provides heat and warmth. Is this the moment to finally be sappy with her? I know that normally doesn't work, but is this the moment to finally do it? Or do I go for the funny middle ground response? Okay, I'll be sappy and corny.
Yes. And something else, too. Beauty. The dawn was my torment. Rustling leaves. Agony. I couldn't wait to escape this place. Now, I revel in it. I revel in you. You showed me the betweens and beyonds. Between war and peace. Beyond passion and obsession. Most importantly, you showed me freedom. There's more, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know what to call it. I just know. Whatever comes next, I want you near. When all this is over, will you stay with me? For good?
Okay. Ah! Of course, girl. You know I will. Oh, why did that get me? Oh, and the most randomest things can get me sometimes. I didn't think that would be one of them. Well, at least we're getting a lot of options for responding here. Clearly, there's only one answer.
Chaque rome findu, source of my joy.
Dang, that last bit was the biggest leap for her. Like, the first one was calling us the source of her bruises in an endearing way, which, thinking about her personality and her background, made sense and was actually very endearing. But now that we've come this far, having it transformed to source of my joy, that was really sweet. All of that was really sweet. I really enjoyed all of that. And because that happened,
Speak.
I vow from this day forth, no matter what comp I'm doing, no matter what mission I'm doing, Lae'zel never leaves the party. Okay, and that'll be it for this episode. Turns out this was all about RP. And when we return, we're going to handle this room. It is very obviously a trap. It is very obvious all of these undead are going to animate. And Shadowheart is going to take care of all of that. So without further ado, if you liked this content, please remember to subscribe to the channel. And until next time, y'all stay safe out there.